Hello everyone, and welcome to a little Let's Play about a game called Red Warrior. I just saw this pop up on Congregate and I was like, yeah, this is a cool little game, let's do a video about it. So, Red Warrior is a little puzzle game. Puzzle jump run, rather. It's more jump run than puzzle. With a unique feature, which we're gonna see in a second. First, some intro stuff. Yeah, you can jump, you can move, break stuff. Break these cages and you beat the level. There's also 3 stars on each level and you have to collect... You don't have to collect them, but if you want to get 100%, like beat the entire game, you want to collect all of them, of course. Now this is the core feature of this game. You can mirror the world with a special button. And you basically use that to solve puzzles and get to the end of the game. You know, well, end of each stage rather. And in turn the entire game. There's also these little crystals, like diamonds, lying around. You don't need to collect them, they just give you scores. So if you want to go for top score, yeah, collect them all, but there's not really a whole lot of challenge to that. Most of them are just directly in your path anyway, so you don't actually have to go out of your way to get them. Also, there's gonna be enemies and stuff that kills you, but not right now. This is still just sort of intro stuff. Also, this game isn't very long to begin with. It's like 20 stages. We're almost done with the 4th one, so yeah, this shouldn't take too long. This is the first enemy. If you die, it just takes you back to the last checkpoint, or if you don't have a checkpoint at the start of the stage. But you don't lose any of the stuff that you have gathered, like no stars, no diamonds, anything. You can just keep on going. Like, deaths don't really matter in this game. Also, I'm gonna collect all the diamonds, just because I want to. There's no real reason to it. Also, as you can probably notice, I've played this game before, but this is not a whole. This is not that much faster than the first time I played this. Like, even the first time I played this, I went through this rather quickly because it's a pretty simple game, especially in the beginning. Later on, there's some stages where you have to like do some weird stuff, like you have to think around the corner a little bit, but most of it is still pretty straightforward. Let's see, get that one. Okay. And even on the later stages where you have to think around a little bit, if you just go at it and like go to random places, switch here, switch there, just try out everything, you should find the solution at some point. Like, there's nothing really that gets you stuck for multiple minutes or something. Now this is ice, you can't wall jump off ice. And also something which only happens really later in the game when we're actually gonna stand on top of ice, and not here right now, is you can't actually jump off ice for whatever reason. Like, not just the side of the ice, but also not the top of the ice. Which is pretty weird. Like, I don't know why they did that, but why not? It doesn't really matter that much. There's only just one part later on where you have to stand on top of ice and then jump somewhere, but on that you just go to a little platform on the other side and just jump from there. But it's pretty annoying that you have to do that. It's also rather weird that you can... Somehow you stick to ice so much that you can't jump off the top. And I guess if you stick that much, then you should be able to jump off the top, but you can't jump off the top. It's a bit inconsequential. I don't know. That was close. Oh yeah, lasers also kill you. I don't think I had to talk about that. It's pretty standard. You can actually switch directly into a laser and immediately die, but you always see your reflection, so that shouldn't happen. And even if it does, once again, you just restart at a checkpoint, just keep on going, doesn't matter at all. This is where the game gets more interesting. There's these blocks, these brown blocks, and I'm gonna demonstrate to you in a second. They don't actually switch with you. They switch on their own. They don't switch on their own, they switch with you, yeah. So every time you switch, they're still gonna be in the same spot as before. Now this part right here is actually a bit tricky. The first time I actually had to do a little bit of thinking around. You need to get on top of that, which means... let me think for a second. Like, if you just do it like this, you see it won't work. You actually have to switch yourself around. Couldn't jump there for a second. This should do it. I think for a second. Oh yeah, I think I see it again. I don't know why I switched there, that was completely useless. Jump over here, okay. Don't forget that star. Okay. I don't know if there's actually any more things in this game right now. I mean, in terms of I wanna say, just like mechanics, like new stuff that happens. I think from now on it's just everything we've learned so far applied in different ways. I think you can make this jump. Yeah, there you go. Also, it's not supposed to be like super sort of action-oriented game or anything. It's just a relaxing little game on the side, and it's rather calm. Not a whole lot happening. Nice to relax. I also really like the style with the blocks. Like how everything in this game is blocks. It always has a nice little charm. I think I want to switch here. There we go. Yeah, stars and gems also switch around with you. I think that was pretty obvious. Oh, you couldn't actually make that. There we go. That's better. I'm just gonna demonstrate what happens when you die. I collected at something. I'm gonna die, and it's just back here. Nothing happened. Takes a little bit of time off, but who really cares about that? It's not on the speedrun right now. Like also, as I said before, you don't need any stars or diamonds to actually complete a stage. You could basically just give everything and just go directly to the end of the stage. But then the game would be even shorter than it already is. But yeah, I think there actually is one more mechanic in the game. Which is stompers, but they're not really that important. Also don't appear that often, like only a little bit towards the end. Oh, that was bad. There we go. Now I want to go back down again. This is also one of these jumps that's gonna happen now. Whoops. Where it seems like you cannot make it, but you actually can, just barely. I'm gonna show you in a second. Like, we want to go to the left wall right here, and it almost seems like you can't jump high enough, but we can barely touch it and then wall jump off it, like this. There's gonna be some more of these jumps later on, but I don't know, that's all in the stage. We should be getting towards the end of this. Some more lasers. Be careful when jumping up this, because if you wall jump too much, let's see if I can demonstrate. Like this. Like, I only faked it a little bit, but if you wall jump too high, you can actually jump into the laser, and that's really bad, obviously. So be careful when going up there. This stage actually, I think there's a really hard jump you can do at the beginning here. If you jump like this and then turn around, it's pretty hard. And you have to do like an air jump, which is, I think, a bug, where sometimes you can jump again in midair. Like this. And then it gets you that star. That's not the intended way, that's a bug actually, that you can jump in midair sometimes after switching. The intended way to do it is, let me show you. This. And that gets you that star. There's probably some more stuff you can break in this game by doing that, but it's not really important right now. I need to get up there again. So we need to get to the other side of this pillar. And then wait for the platform. There we go. But yeah, platforms, also not really important, it's just moving stuff. I don't really think that needs an introduction. More moving stuff. Now you notice you only have 2 stars. This is actually a stage where you can very easily break the cage and not get all 3 stars. Also the second level, I think, or in the 3rd level or something like that. Like very easy, very much towards the beginning of the game. There's a stage where you can easily like accidentally skip a star by just going to the exit. Now, there's the stompers I talked about earlier, but you won't see a whole lot of them. Also getting closer towards the end of the game. Like I said, only 20 stages. This is like 15 or something, or 16. Didn't really count that much. Also, there's some levels later on which, for whatever reason, they're really easy, when right before them was a really hard one. Like, I don't know what thing that is. I think the balancing with how hard the stages are is a bit off. Like, usually the stages are supposed to get progressively harder with every stage, and the beginning should be easy. Oh yeah, this one. Why did I forget about so many mechanics? Walls you can only pass through on one side. You can still wall jump off them, by the way, if you got from the wrong side. We need to get up there. Okay. Yeah, as I said, usually the game's supposed to get harder, but sometimes there's like some early stages. Well, it's not some. There's one in particular. I think the first one that introduces the blocks that switch with you, like these brown blocks right here. I think the very first one that uses that mechanic is actually pretty hard. And then later on, there's similar levels that are really easy for whatever reason. And some of these later stages are not very hard, but they're longer than the others. They're still pretty simple and quick, but still longer than the others. I need to get my clone over here. There we go. It's not really clone. It is myself, but yeah. Oh, that was close. Also something. If you break the cage, they still look sad for whatever reason. Even though we just freed them. And gave him freedom. Okay, first off, as you come up here, just immediately grab that star. First time I did this, I actually did most of the stage, and then I was like, oh, that's actually a star there, I didn't even see that. For whatever reason, I just skipped it. But this time I remembered. It's not that hard to miss, I don't know why I missed it first time. What was that about, Yun? What am I doing? I need to get over there. I could have switched there. I don't know why they place these diamonds like these. Yeah, diamonds. I don't really think they had sort of any idea of how to really use the diamonds, since there's actually no counter on screen on the diamonds. They're just kind of there. Okay, now let me think about this. I think there might actually be yeah, I can maybe even make that jump from that side. I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. I need to switch myself. Which side? Let me think. The other side. Okay. I want to try this jump again. Yeah, there we go. This jump works like that. Even though it's very close. Let me see if I can do it the intended way again. Now, what I think I want to do is I want to switch the other guy onto it. Whoops. Yeah, also sometimes, since you roll like this, in some parts of the roll, you can't actually jump. Yeah, that's the intended way. For whatever reason. It just won't let you jump in the middle of some rolls. And we're close to the end again. I don't know why I switched there. Clicking to this platform sometimes just doesn't want to work. For whatever reason. I'll be careful with this. Don't actually break the thing yet. I want to get this star. actually getting towards the end. Yep, level 18. This is the stage where I said there's this ice and you can't really jump off it, so you have to go to the platform on the side. It's a bit annoying, but it's okay. Well, I heard you have to do a lot of switching in these stages, but the switches themselves aren't really that hard or anything. Now right here, you jump off, hope you get enough height, and then you make it to the other side. Sometimes your jumps, like, they don't get any height, and sometimes you get a lot of height. And I haven't really figured out what it is yet. There's something about how you jump. Yeah, I mean, I stopped in midair there, I switched too late. Like, when I make it, I'll probably make it by a long shot for some reason. Like, I either miss it by a lot or I get it by a long shot. Like, okay, that one was actually quite close. Oops. Just keep switching. He'll never reach you. And now station we have 2 left. I think all this recording works actually, because there was some stuff that didn't work sometimes. My recording. I don't know, sometimes my recording just fucks up the audio sync and I have to resync it in post. But it desyncs in a really weird, inconsistent way, where you can't just take the entire audio clip and like stretch it out so it matches the other clip. So I don't really know what's going on with that. But that doesn't mean I can't completely resync it. It's just going to be really hard and might not work out completely. Also, sometimes when I make a video, some parts of the video just randomly appear black for whatever reason. And then sometimes they only appear black when I'm actually trying to render it. But the completed video will not have any black spots. It's really hard to explain exactly how it works, it just does for whatever reason. But as long as the video that comes out at the end is fine, then I don't really care, I guess. I'm actually making videos, when in fact I made like 2 videos in like 3 months. So yeah. Let's see, I think I get this one from above. I need this side. Get over here. And that's how I get this key. Get from the other side. If you can make it back, it makes it easier. Come on, let me switch. There you go. Hope I can maybe switch him to the other side, but nope. Now you can't actually get through the stompers from that side, so you go from this side, and then it works. I can also probably make this jump. There we go. But if you can't make a jump, just go through here. It's not really a big deal. And that's the end. You win. Well, pretty simple, pretty quick. I really like the switching. Also the illusion you get that shows you where you're gonna switch is incredibly helpful, but without it the game wouldn't really be that enjoyable, I guess. Well, if you did, thanks for watching and see you next time.